Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Cold Plunge every day until Bitcoin 50K. This is live stream number 3. I am your host, Heavy, and today we will be talking about some more cryptocurrency news and then checking in with Bitcoin Bob to see what the temperature of the pool is, and then finally going in for a cold plunge. So, first things first, the price of Bitcoin currently sits at $32,700 roughly. Bitcoin's been selling off a lot over the past 24 hours and it's showing pretty tremendous weakness. I've been talking about the triangle pattern that has been forming over the last few days, and it looks to have broken down out of that pattern. Unfortunately, you can see it's down very low at the bottom of its range, 32,670 now. So that's a fairly bearish signal. It briefly touched the 32,000 mark. So we're down a pretty significant amount, but it's honestly par for the course when it comes to Bitcoin. And then Ethereum currently sits at 1254. So it's down quite a bit off of its all-time highs that it notched about 2 days ago now. And then finally, Litecoin is also showing weakness at 135.87. So cryptos aren't showing a whole lot of strength today. There's not a whole lot of news other than that BlackRock has now filed paperwork to start selling Bitcoin futures, cash settled Bitcoin futures, which is I think a fairly good sign considering that they are the largest private money manager in the world. So now let's move on to the temperature outside. Right now we're currently sitting at about 45 degrees. You can see it's a pretty cloudy day today. It rained almost the whole night last night, so I'm hoping that that puts some more cold water in the pool. And let's go ahead and check in with Bitcoin Bob, see what the temperature of the pool is. So we got homeboy Bitcoin Bob here. Bitcoin Bob's saying that it's still sitting at about 45 degrees today. 45 degree water temperature, and for those of you outside the US, that's about 5 to 6 degrees C, closer to 5 degrees C. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's, yeah, 6. It's actually more like 6 or 7. Anyway, I think it's time that we get our plunge in today. It hasn't been the easiest thing plunging in. You know, most of the time I walk in, but the plunge just produces a much more exhilarating effect. Stalling. Whew. You know, you'd think that would get a little easier, but yeah, I've been doing this for about 2 months now. It doesn't get a whole lot easier. That initial plunge, you know, those first about 10 seconds are really quite painful. So if you're just joining me now, this is first of all, thank you for joining me, and this is the 3rd day of my live stream for cold plunge every day until Bitcoin 50K. The water temperature right now is about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 6 degrees C. The air temperature is about 45 degrees also. Nice cloudy day here. Starting the day off right with a nice cold plunge. Get the thermogenesis going, anti-inflammatory effects going, raise the metabolism a little bit. Move around, get a little loose. I hope some of you all take inspiration from this and start doing your own cold plunges. It's something that's really added a lot of value to my life. I think I'm going to shoot for about 3 minutes today. Upon review of the previous day's live streams, I've been doing over 5 minutes, and it's a little much. You know, there is definitely too much. You can do too much when it comes to the cold plunging, because it'll kind of set you back a bit. It takes your body a long time to recover after that, and then that can decrease productivity throughout the day. Really, all you need, according to the legend Wim Hof, is 2 to 3 minutes. So I will now be doing my underwater meditation. Gonna be doing about 30 seconds. Get the head under, and then be about time to hop out at that point. All right, I think we should consult Mr. Bitcoin Bob one more time real quick. See if the temperature has come down a little bit. No, not really. I don't know how well you guys can read that, but it's still showing about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So there will be a little bit warmer weather coming through in the next few days. So the water temperature will continue to tick up a little bit, but then after that should be getting back down into the 20s at night. So I'm hoping that we might be able to see water temperatures in the 30s, because that's when you really get a good effect, really get that exhilaration. But I'm feeling really good now. I'm feeling great, very exhilarated, very ready to tackle the day. The first and arguably most difficult challenge of the day is now over, and it's just after 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you all for joining me on another cold plunge live stream number 3. I will be doing this tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after and every day thereafter until Bitcoin hits $50,000 per coin. So join me every day at 7:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. And once again, thank you for joining me on Heavey.